Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is the panel show where we go through some of your questions that you've submitted, and we also talk about some of the trending topics around Arsenal Football Club. The panel show is where I bring some of the great minds that I have and some of the guys that I know, like my guy Dawood. If you don't know Dawood, get to know Dawood. He's a big TikTok star right here. And then, of course, today we're going to also have Gunnar Souls in the building. If you don't know Gunnar Souls by now, you haven't been watching the channel, my guys. So, yeah, and we're also going to have some other guys coming through. Hopefully, Debo can come through and Matt can come through. But for now, it's just going to be the three of us. We're going to chop it up, talk about everything going on with Arsenal. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Arsenal this season have been outstandingly well. And it seems like the title race has gone to a very close or near to the end. But one question I have for everyone in the chat is, do you still believe Arsenal can potentially still win the Premier League? That's probably the first thing we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about this big summer transfer window. Rumor has it that Arsenal's transfer window might be the biggest transfer window we've ever had in our club's history. And we're going to get into some players. Arsenal is supposedly going to lose an academy player to Manchester City, and it's not Bukayo Saka. So we got to talk about all of these things plus more. Hope you're doing well. Big up Tommy in the chat. Big up M in the building. Big up Yasin. I know you're a Liverpool fan, but you're always supporting the channel. Really do appreciate the love and support. People saying Dawood is a real one. Always defending Arsenal. I respect that.
Always.
Arsenal better sign Moussa Caicedo and Reiss. Caicedo. Have you guys heard about that? Caicedo.
That would be unbelievable.
Everyone's calling Caicedo. Big up Games FC in the chat. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, guys, I guess there's only one place to begin. Do you guys still believe? Because I'm not going to lie to you. Even though it's slim, I still believe.
Oh, definitely. It's if it's not mathematically over, it's still possible. I've been saying that for a long time. The positive is that the Everton-Man City game got moved from Saturday to Sunday. It's because of, I think there's a Eurovision happening in Liverpool. On Saturday. So obviously they couldn't have the game on Saturday. So that's an extra rest day less for Man City. So Man City got a Champions League time Wednesday. So they play on Sunday. So they've only got 2 days until the biggest game of the season. So I think they'll rest a lot of players. So that's a big opportunity for Everton to get a couple of points. So yeah, we've got a chance still.
People in the chat, let me know what you guys think. I guess that's going to be the first poll question. Do you believe Arsenal can still win the Premier League? What you saying, my guy? What are you saying, my guy? Gunnar Souls, talk to me.
I mean, there's a glimmer of hope, isn't there? Because the perfect result in the Champions League happened for Arsenal to some degree, in a sense of if let's say Real Madrid went and beat them 3-0, 4-0, that glimmer of hope in the second leg goes, and Man City would go full out for the Premier League and go, do you know what? Let's just play our full team against Everton, and then we'll look at Real Madrid and see what we'll do. But because it's 1-1, it's all to play for. So there's an opportunity, or there's a possibility, should I say, that Man City rotate against Everton. Because let's be real, Everton aren't the best side in the Premier League, and it's like a team you can rest a few players in. No. And Man City's squad is good enough to maybe do, let's say, Alvarez instead of Haaland, or bring in Bernardo Silva for someone, or rest Gündoğan and bring Foden in. So there could be a possibility that they could slip up in a game like this, and it puts even more pressure on Man City as the point gap. They do need to slip up in 2 games, by the way, whether it's 2 draws or a loss and a draw. But Everton have been a bogey ground for them, so going to Goodison Park hasn't always been a good ground in recent history. But again, they have rectified history in the past as well. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, you've got to believe until it's over. I mean, I always believe that as a fan, you should be putting the energy out there to the players that I'm putting the pressure on them to go and win this title. There's no point in sitting there and going, it's over, and then crying when they lose a game, because people want it every single way. I want them to just win all your games, and then we'll see what happens. I do think if we don't win the league, we did bottle it. It was our own fault and our own doing that didn't win us the league. But just don't mess up now. That's all we can ask for, is just keep going, beat Brighton, beat the other teams that we've got to play, beat Wolves, etc. And then, we go from there, really.
There you go. Personally, for me, I'm going to say this. I still believe surely because there's still a chance, and there's enough games where we can turn it around. Man City only need to drop points now in 2 games. Now, I know that's very difficult to say because this team's been on a ridiculous run. But Everton and some of the teams they're playing need the points also. So if Everton can get anything from the Man City game, I believe there's still a chance to win it on the final day of the season. Just like Liverpool. But it's even bigger than that. I want 90 points. I want Arsenal to get 90 points. I don't want Arsenal to give up. I don't want us to say, you know what, it's over. Because in the case that there is a chance, we need to still stick around. And that is the main thing for me. Stick around, see if we can be a nuisance as much as possible, because Man City are trying to go for all these different cups. Let's make it difficult for them. Let's not make it easy for them. Let's not say, oh, now they can focus and put all their eggs in one basket or something like that. No, we need them to be stressed. And the reality is, when we beat Newcastle, the momentum shifted toward us and it shifted away from them in the sense that pressure's on them. They now have to go and win their next game because we are going to then play another game and we're going to be back ahead of them next week. We're going to be playing before them, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Are they not? No, they're playing Madrid and then.
Are we not?
Because we're playing Nottingham Forest away next week, and that's on Sunday.
No, we played Brighton. We played Brighton. I'm sorry.
Oh, we played Brighton this weekend, yes. But next weekend.
Oh wait, yeah. City are playing first.
So City play at 2:00 this week.
We're playing Sunday
4:30. 4:30, yeah.
Okay, so after we play the Everton game, momentum still shifts. They need to still focus, and also they still have their Champions League game. So, it would
have been better if we played first, because if Everton get a result against Man City, then it's like the players would be like, oh, there's an opportunity. And then you know how these players are when it comes to pressure and emotions. The reason why I played well in the past couple of games, because we thought the title's over. So these players played with you saw them against Newcastle, where there was hardly that much emotion. It was most of the game they were composed. But if they somehow find a way they find a reason to play with emotion, I think it's going to be a bit of a disadvantage for us that City play first.
But you know what it is though? The commentary in the Newcastle game actually raised a really good point. They go, the Manchester City players must be sitting at home watching this game and expecting points to be dropped.
Yeah.
Just because of how Newcastle have been this season, especially at home, they're expecting a draw at least. And the way that we went and just beat them 2-0, and yes, there were times where they did challenges and we did look a bit worried and shaky. But in the grand scheme of things, we beat them 2-0. That must be playing in their minds of going, okay, we've got to go again and again because this team isn't stopping either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. It depends on what happens against Everton. I saw Everton play against Brighton. They're back in form. They played well, and for when the players are 4-5-1 formation, long balls, it's going to be a very, very feisty game at Goodison Park. I think if they win, they've survived. They're not going to get relegated. So that's a big, big game for them and Man City. So we'll see what happens. You
know what? I definitely agree with you guys there. I'm just going to ask everyone in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Arsenal can still win the Premier League? We'll go through some of your points in the chat right now. I think the main thing that we need is to keep up the consistency. Keep up the consistency. Keep up the energy. Keep up the good spirit. Because at the end of the day, if we drop points in any of these 3 games, title's done. City can start celebrating. It's not mathematically over, but it's pretty much impossible for them to see them drop all their points for the remaining games. So 90 points is the goal. The next game is against Brighton. We need to go win that game, and it's at home against Brighton. We went to their ground. We dominated Brighton, so I don't think there should be any issue. The pressure's on Man City. Let's see what some of the people in the chat are saying. Uncle Terrence Tibbs saying no way. People saying Brighton are going to end this delusion. That's a Chelsea fan, of course. Bro, you should. You know what? Chelsea, do something for me. Chelsea could be could decide the relegation battle. Did you see this? The tweet that I posted? Chelsea could decide the relegation battle, the Premier League title, and the top 4 battle all in 1 week. What's the chance of them winning a game, for God's sakes?
That would be crazy. If they somehow find a result against Man United or against the Man City, that would be incredible.
Yeah. You know what? Keep up the pressure. Pressure breeds mistakes. You know what? That's true. And I hope one of these games, these guys finally slip up. Because when are they going to slip up? For God's sake, souls. What's going on with City? Like, this is what they do every year. It's annoying.
Do you know what it is though? It's like this is Pep in a nutshell. You know, when you talk about like mentality in teams, it comes from the manager to a degree, and Pep doesn't allow his team to make a mistake. We've seen it. You know what? Even when they won the Premier League, when they won the FA Cup, man was shouting at Raheem Sterling about the mistakes he made in a game. That's just the level of perfection that he demands. But do you know what it is though? It's what happens when you become an experienced manager, when you become a respected manager. It's the same with Ferguson. It's the same with Pep Guardiola. It's the same with even when you look at the Johan Cruyff eras as well. When you look at experienced top-class managers, they demand respect, they demand perfection. And the reason why teams don't take that in a bad way, do you know when people say that, oh, Pep calls his players out, even when Gündoğan took a penalty and he missed, you know, Pep screamed at him, goes, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not taking the penalty to Haaland? You know, that's what we need Arteta to do. Look, it's not a dig at Arteta, but it's an evolution that he needs to go through and be a little bit ruthless on these players sometimes as well. And that's the reason they don't slip up, because he's not going to let you. If you slip up, that man's going to be on your case. You know, like when you get a bad parents' evening at school, you know you're getting a nice whooping when you get home. That's what Pep is. Pep is like an Asian parent or like an African parent. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And you know what Arteta is? He's like that. You know that kid that tells his mum to shut up? It kind of reminds me of that notion.
I don't get it why every time Man City they concede or they have a poor game, he's always sat on the floor, he's holding his head like it's end of the world, and it's always he did it before the Fulham game. It looked like, oh, we're gonna come here and lose. I think it must be a psychological thing. I think he makes rival fans and the rival players think that they might have a chance, but they always come and yeah.
I just want to say this, chat. Aspect. There is no way you can bring Amady Diallo to a Bukayo Saka conversation. Even Rashford himself struggles. So what are we talking about here? First of all, let's see if he can even make it in the United first team.
Yeah.
Right? Egal, read my chat. Go. Ahaha. What did he say? What did you say? Pep is annoying. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Where is it? Yeah, I think that's it, right? I don't think you said anything else. An aspect, United fans or Ivorian fan. Yeah, it might be one or the other. No wonder you overrate Amadou Diallo. Every fan base overrates their players. Every fan base overrates their players. But guys, quick question. What's next for Arsenal? We got Brighton coming up. Do we go on and win all our remaining games and get 90 points? Or do you think there's going to be another slip up somewhere? Be honest.
Oh, that's a tough one. I saw that interview with Zerbi after the Everton game. He said you'll see the real Brighton against Arsenal, as in like they're a big deal. We're gonna face Brighton at home. It's gonna be a difficult game. I think they've lost what's his name? Winger. Pulled hamstring against Everton.
Solly March.
So Solly March is a massive impact, because I saw when he came on against Man United, he played really well. So he's an impact player. They've lost that. And then defensively, they're not as strong. Sanchez, the goalkeeper, he's been dropped for the second choice keeper, and he had a stinker against Everton. We've still got a chance. We're at home, but I'm not confident at home anymore. There's something about being at home at the Emirates that we always concede. So we're definitely not going to keep a clean sheet. I don't know, man. I'm a bit worried. That they might come and they might actually show that why they're a top 6 team now. So I'm a bit worried.
Wow. People in the chat, let me know what you guys are saying. Iga, I don't want to ask, but United signed Kim Min Jae, Frimpong, Declan Rice, and Kane would challenge next season. Don't forget a goalkeeper, because with your goalkeeper, you're not winning nothing. De Gea is terrible. You could bring the Avengers and you'll still lose because De Gea is shit. That's the reality. But yo, what are we saying? Predictions, souls for that Brighton game, because I'm not gonna lie to you, we need to move on to the expectations for next season. I feel like this season, 3 games remaining, we're not gonna now predict all the games. We're just gonna go into the Brighton game. I'm gonna save my prediction for when I do my preview on Friday. But what are you saying? What's your prediction for that game?
And listen, it's a no pressure Arsenal versus a full pressure Brighton. Man's speaking so much smack, you know. You know what? That real Brighton better turn up. Because if they lose, that's embarrassing. Imagine saying all of this smack talk here. You know what they say, right? It's a fighting thing. The one who talks the most loses. And that's what I think is going to happen. Man's giving a big talk after losing. You know what you do? You take your loss in humility. You don't need to now pipe up and say, oh, we'll show you the... You got piped by Everton. Sean Dyche, a man who can barely score more than 1 goal with his team, scored 5. 5! No, your man, I can't believe a Dyche team has scored 5 goals. But hey, you know what? The Derby, bring it on. And I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear you cry. You're coming to the Emirates to get a schooling. You've already had one, and this is going to be a PhD in English football. Get ready for it.
He can't take a loss to Derby. He's
not allowed.
Always he's a very, very bad loser. I don't know where. I think he thinks Brighton are better than what he actually thinks they are. They're a good team, but Oz and Brighton were different kettle of fish. It's like the way people said, Newcastle are going to roll us over. Yeah, we got rolled over by Man City. They're a different kettle of fish compared to us. But we're on a different level to Newcastle. So we're going to show Brighton who the real dogs are, and we'll prove it on Sunday.
You know what? I wanted to ask you guys, the dark arts. Are we becoming a master of the dark arts? Is that what Arsenal are starting to become? Because against
that Newcastle game was brilliant. You know, it's like,
go ahead.
I can't remember who said it. It was like they did this to us in the home fixture. I think one of the players came out and actually said it.
Wilson.
No. It was one of our players who said it. Like they did this in the home fixture, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, hold that. They got so frustrated. I couldn't believe it. They got even more angrier than we did.
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, you guys have been doing this all season. You hold that, fam. Hold that. Wilson coming as well, like trying to do it to Xhaka. I love that. That moment is brilliant.
Yeah. You know what? Callum Wilson actually did a whole thing where he was basically saying that Granit Xhaka was faking an injury, and I told him to get his ass up. He looked at me and smiled. That's so annoying. It pisses him off. And I'm like, this is exactly what they were doing the other fixture. Yeah. But the crazy thing is, Newcastle fans are now taking it as if we're dissing them by saying this is what you did against us, so we did it against you. They're basically implying that this is all they do. Basically saying that all they are is a physical team and they're not really like a good footballing side. Nobody's saying that. We're just merely pointing out the fact that there's a hypocrisy here. And the fact that we call out this, and it's triggered a lot of Newcastle fans. And I'm not going to name names or anything, but I just feel like it has definitely rubbed some Newcastle fans the wrong way. And they're now more and more upset with Arsenal that we came to. It's not even about the loss. They don't care about the loss. They just care about the language that's being used after the game. And it's like, where is that same energy for Newcastle? When Newcastle did it, I respected it. I said, big up on you guys. You guys did what you had to do. You came to the Emirates. You gave us one of our toughest games. But the same thing's not being reciprocated. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think
that's what I hate it. When they can't take their own medicine is when I hate them.
Yeah, definitely. I think when more teams start doing that, I think there's going to bring the the FA, they're going to bring in stoppage times, as in like stopping the actual time when the ball's out of play, because everyone's doing the dark arts now. Every single team, everyone's figured everyone out. So if you do it to one team, they'll do it back to you. So hopefully they either cut it out, every single team cuts it out, or the FA intervene and they bring in stoppage times.
I do prefer that. I do hate wasted time. I don't care about the dark art. It's a bit boring at times, but
yeah, and I guess the rhythm of the game is nice when it's fast flowing and it's you attack, we attack, and then when it's people just dropping on the floor, faking injuries, I hate it. I don't know what it is. It's you don't know whether it's or not.
I would have loved Lisandro Martinez at Arsenal. As much as we hate him because he's at United, imagine if he was on our team. You have somebody like, I would have loved it.
Him and Xhaka, they would have loved each other.
Mikel Arteta knew exactly what he was doing when he was looking at Lisandro Martinez. He would have balled out for us, honestly. He
know,
would've
yeah.
killed
And
it.
I don't think we would have played him centre back. I think we would have played him left back as well, where he goes into midfield.
That's
and that
why we
would
got
have been
Zinchenko instead. Yeah.
And Zinchenko,
100%.
he's a technician, but he hasn't got that what Alessandro Martinez got. Him, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. That's full out. That's Ben White is a massive shithousery. Alessandro Martinez, Gabriel loves a fight. Saliba's the only guy that's actually composed. That would have been an amazing back four.
There you go. People in the chat, hit that goddamn like button right now. We got Matt in the building. The Avengers are connecting. Matt, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you, Chris.
Oh, perfect. I was thinking it's going to work. What's up, guys? You're good?
Yo, so you missed two things. We spoke about the title. Do you still believe?
You know what? Until that Newcastle performance, I lost my belief, but I saw that and I went, they're bringing me back in. So I'm there, kinda, for now. But let's just, you know what? All I'm going to say, let's see after Everton, and then I can come back.
Okay. Next question was, what's your Brighton prediction?
After seeing the way they lost to Everton, I honestly believe we're going to beat them comfortably,
Big up for that. Now, before we go into the summer transfer window and everything, people don't know we have a community on Eagle Talks Football, and I like to ask the community a couple questions and see what they have to say. So we're gonna divert to some of the questions quickly today to see what people had to say. Right. So let's go to some of these questions. First, you have should Arsenal buy Rafael Leao? Guys, I like Leao.
He signed a new contract.
He signed a new contract. Rafael Leao will not be joining Arsenal Football Club anytime soon. Can we all agree there?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, I like the guy. I think he would have killed it with us, but I don't think one, it's not feasible. Two, it's just, let's be real. Like,
we don't need that winger right now.
It's feasible, but it's just he signed a new contract. There's nothing we can do about it.
He's a quality player, but is it safe to say we don't really need Rafael Leao?
We do need
moment in time.
We more need a right winger.
We need a level raising attacker.
That's if you're gonna sell Martinelli, then you bring in Rafael.
No. That's your. Did you see how loser mentality that is? Do you think Man City are sitting there saying, "Oh shit, yeah, we've got Alvarez, we're not buying Haaland"?
No, because Martinelli now is an established Premier League player. Alvarez is just coming into the Premier League. He's going to be patient. He's going to be patient for Alvarez. Going to be patient for a season or two. I know, but Alvarez is going to be patient for a season or two. After that, he's gone. Martinelli is playing. What is it now?
But don't forget, we've got to play Champions League football. He can play down the centre. He can play on the right. He can play on the left.
So attackers, I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough attackers. Midfielders, get rid of Xhaka, get rid of partey.
That's
get
the
rid
next
of
point. One second. That's the next point. Granit Xhaka. Can we upgrade? Can we upgrade from Granit Xhaka in the off season?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I actually tweeted something out. I said, transfer markets are all about perception. Right now, as for a 30-year-old, I think both Partey and Granit Xhaka are both on 2 years left on their deals, if I'm not mistaken. They're 30 years old. This is the prime time to get them sold for the highest amount we can get for them. We could easily push 30 million and 40 million for Partey if we sold now.
Yeah.
But you say sell not only Xhaka, but sell Partey also.
The reason I say there's a logic to why I say it, because if we're looking at it, Declan Rice money is Declan Rice money. That doesn't seem to be a sale only guarantee. Yeah. So we've got 80 to 100 million. Let's just call it for what it is. It'll be 80 to 100 million. That's in the bank already. If we now then have to buy other players through sales, sell Partey and sell Granit Xhaka, and guess what that equals? Roughly what Brighton are asking for Caicedo.
Yeah.
You can then get Rice for your guarantee. Then you get Caicedo from player sales. That's the reason why I'm saying it. And then you've upgraded both positions with younger talent.
But we're in the same position because we have the same number of players.
No, but then you can afford to get a project player, because if you look at the history of Declan Rice and Caicedo, touchwood, they don't really get injured much. Whereas with Thomas Partey and, not Granit Xhaka's until maybe last season, we were never worried about their sort of absence in the team.
Xhaka's come past his peak now. He's played well, but if we want to play at the highest level, we played against Man City played at the highest level. They showed us levels at the Etihad. We didn't even stand a chance against it. We didn't even have a 10-minute window where we were attacking Man City. Man City, when I watched De Bruyne, Haaland, Gündoğan. Like, how good is Gündoğan? Gündoğan would walk into our team right now. So it's like, yeah, we're happy with Xhaka, we're happy with Partey, but come on, we need to do way better. We need a consistent CDM that can play. Look how many games have Rodri played. He's definitely played more than 40 games this season.
He's missed a game because of.
I know, yeah, the guy, yeah, he does not miss a single game. Gündoğan, he's absolutely fantastic. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. It's like we're comparing our team to a Man City team where it is levels. So we have to get rid of El Nene. We have to get rid of Xhaka. Xhaka's done well, but if we're going to be a ruthless team and we want to be winning at the highest level, we need to bring in a Caicedo, a Declan Rice, even someone like a Barella. I know Barella is like, we're not be able to get him. I watched him today for Inter Milan in the Champions League. Like, he's going to go to a big team. If he goes to Real Madrid or Liverpool, like, we need to step him up. So we need to start signing top players.
Let's do this quickly. Which midfielders would you sell in the Arsenal midfield right now? You have, so I'm gonna put a bunch of players on the list. You guys let me know who you would sell and who you keep. But before we do that, let me just get to some of these comments. First, we got Ivan Toney or Ollie Watkins. Everyone's taking Ivan Toney.
Totally, 100%.
Yeah, everyone's taking Ivan Toney. Next, we had play Jesus on the right. When we sign a striker, we can play Jesus anywhere we want. I really do believe we should go and sign a striker in the summer. I don't know about you guys.
I agree with that.
Well, one of the main reasons why Jesus left Man City was to play up front and not play on the right anymore. I think that's the reason why he hasn't played Jesus on the right at all this season.
No, I think it's because they were bringing in Julian Alvarez and Haaland. Let's be honest.
I don't know, man, because he hasn't played once on the right all season.
Yeah, because you got Bukayo Saka. What are you going to do?
No, he hasn't started. He hasn't started on the right all this season.
Trossard started on the right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
what are you going to do by putting him on the right? Because we've got Bukayo Saka there.
No, but Bukayo Saka's having a poor game or he's playing not to his highest level.
Matter. He just doesn't get dropped at all. He just won't get rotated.
This is where somebody was asking the question: do we drop Bukayo Saka next game? Would you drop Bukayo Saka next game?
Not against Brighton. I'd go next game.
Because I think it was Skills who said this in the comments. He was basically saying, "Would you drop Bukayo Saka next game versus Brighton?"
No.
I
think you can get away. I think you can get away with dropping him against like Forest, but I think Brighton, the way we need him.
Do you think he'll ever drop him?
Depends when we add to the squad.
People say he's having a bad game, but what you've got to understand against oppositions like Brighton is you need players who are going to attract other players to them to open up opportunities. The one thing that like Everton did really well was when Decore first scored, it kind of discombobulated their entire system. Yeah. They were then disorganized from that point because then what happened was Decore scored again. So then what happened was they were then focusing on Decore, which allowed McNeil to have the space he did. Because every time you look at both McNeil's goals, they came because they kind of went asymmetrical to one side, allowing McNeil to run in behind. That's what Bukayo Saka will do. Bukayo Saka will take 2 to 3 players because they know he's the main threat. But what could work in our favour is because he's been so out of form and not been the danger man, it could work that Bukayo Saka becomes the danger man and it's Martinelli who's being marked. So either way, we've got enough up there for them to think about. If we now drop Saka, and let's say bring Reiss Nelson in, they may not take Reiss Nelson serious enough to draw players away, to give Jesus the space, to give Martinelli the space needed, or even to let Odegaard do what he did against Newcastle, which is find those pockets to score the goals. And that's what people need to look at.
Big up. People saying, Dawood, I fully believe City will drop points against Everton and Chelsea. We will do it. Come on, you Gunners. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Let's go, James. You're getting me gassed. Silly question, my friend. Respect everyone's questions, but of course, Nicolas Pépé will not be coming back, and he will not be starting next season. There is no way Nicolas Pépé is going to be playing for Arsenal Football Club next season unless there is a catastrophic injury crisis and he gets a transfer move that collapses in the final day of the window. That is the only way that I see him potentially getting back in the team. Yeah. Anyone disagree?
No, I don't think he's got a chance of getting back in. I don't want to see him anywhere near the team. I'm fed up with Arsenal. I'm done with this whole. I think Saul said it. Like, if you're looking at Champions League, I want ballers now. I don't want anyone coming in where it's like you look at Lokonga, where it's like, oh, is he gonna Don't want all that now. Now it's like serious business now. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Quick questions. Quick fire this time, okay? Just so we can wrap this up. Everyone, let me know. Kieran Tierney or Zinchenko against Brighton?
Oh,
Zinchenko.
I'd go Tierney.
Zinchenko.
Weirdly enough.
Everyone in the chat, let me know. Kieran Tierney or Zinchenko in the next game. For me, I am gonna go with. I'm gonna give Kieran Tierney a game. I think give him some game time. He hasn't played much. I think he deserves a little bit of game time.
Kieran Tierney is gone. He's leaving because he knows. He knows where, like, he might stay because we've got Champions League football. But if a Newcastle comes in for him, who already have Champions League football, and he will play week in, week out for them, and the style of football Newcastle play will suit him so much, whipping them balls into Isaac, playing that high press football. I think that would be a dream. And it's Newcastle is further up north, so it's closer to Scotland, where it'd be easier for him to travel back home to his family. And yeah, I think either Newcastle or he might stay.
Just a quick thing to everyone. Don't you think, though, that Arsenal might look at maybe putting Zinchenko in more into midfield and maybe starting Tierney next season? Possibly.
Yeah, that could be so. Well, dropping Xhaka and then playing with that Xhaka position.
As in, like, you know, because if they're looking to sell Xhaka,
yeah,
that position there's some like because Zinchenko plays for Ukraine, no, I think.
Yeah. But he's not thinking. The problem with Zinchenko, he's not like a good. He's not a goal scorer midfielder. He doesn't get enough goals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He only scored. I think he's only got 1 or 2 Premier League goals. So it's like
one for us.
One for
a lot
us.
of people in the chat.
Aston Villa game.
Yeah, so it's.
No, but you know what the problem is.
He's a better
right?
defender.
This is what people need to understand. That left back role isn't to defend. Like, we don't need someone to defend that role. The reality is the system works with a 3 at the back, with Zinchenko moving into midfield, helping that midfield rotate the ball and keep possession. When you move him away, what's going to happen is you've now got to play a completely different system, which is going to mitigate what Martinelli does, and you're going to avoid what Jesus does. Play Tierney, but I'm telling you, you're going to come back and say it was a mistake.
Yeah. And that's what thinking does now, Real Madrid, with Camavinga. Imagine we had a Camavinga playing that left back position going into midfield.
Oh, the dream.
That would be crazy. He can get past the player, he can track back, he's amazing on the ball, he can defend, and he can play midfield and at left back. That would have been an amazing signing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Fair enough. I just want to let everyone know, by the way, if you guys don't know, I've been doing articles lately on the Arsenal Informer's website. I've done 5 articles already since I started. Literally started like last weekend. This is article number 4. As you can see here, Declan Rice to from West Ham for 120 million. Leverkusen are interested in Xhaka, and Moussa Diaby could be going the other way. And links to Gündoğan. Now, let's just quickly touch on some of these topics, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Declan Rice for 120 million is the first one that catches everyone's eyes. I think the deal will happen, but I think the deal will happen closer to 90 million. In my opinion, I think that's what Arsenal's going to do. That's what I wrote in the article, of course. And I just want to hear what you guys have to think about Declan Rice before we go on to the other 2.
You lot already know I love Declan Rice. I love the guy.
120 million.
But I don't think, as it says there, I don't think will be a straight up 20.
Let me just tell Dawood. West Ham, reported by Sky Sports, are looking for 120 million pounds for the services of Declan Rice in the summer.
So no, but even them, like them actually putting that price tag on Declan Rice for 120 million. That's like. They think there's a bidding war going for Declan Rice. When they find out that only a couple of teams, I don't think Chelsea are financially stable to even buy Declan Rice. United don't need him. Man City don't need him. Liverpool, now Fabinho's back in form, they might use their money for more of attacking midfielders. Tottenham can't afford him. Who else is going to be after him? Newcastle? No. So who else is going to buy Declan Rice? For 90 million, that's still a lot. I think we should be like Man City. Like, let's not get bullied by rival teams. We should say, we'll give you 75 million on the table. Take or leave it. That's it.
They want 75 plus Eddie Nketiah, and then they'll take it probably.
If they get Eddie Nketiah, we'll say Eddie Nketiah is worth 30 million. So we'll give you 70 plus Eddie. That gives us 100. That's it.
Or plus ESR. Never know.
Reportedly, they want 120 million cash or 100 million plus a player.
They're violating. They're violating.
But we don't.
Like,
really have
they ain't getting a
I
penny.
mean, they could have El Neni and 100 million. That would cover it.
They would probably take El Neni. I'm not gonna lie. El Neni, by the way, is back from injury. That's crazy. El Neni's fully.
You gotta tell me which teams want Declan Rice that can afford him. Like which teams?
Manchester United.
Chelsea
Manchester United linked to him. Chelsea linked to him. Those are the two clubs that are linked to
Well,
him.
they're not gonna be.
And Man City are outside chance. They don't need a midfielder right now, but they're outside chance of going for him.
That's not happening. That's not happening. Like you're going from where's he going to play? He's not going to play as a 6. Replace
How
Rodri.
much is he worth, in your opinion, guys?
60 million. That's what he's worth.
He's
I think more
one
than
of the
that.
best midfielders in world football. Like, let's be absolutely real.
He's been in relegation battles. He's never played at the
Who
highest
cares,
level.
man? Who
never
actually
played highest
cares
level.
about this? Who cares?
I think we're the only country in the world
Why would you?
that,
Why would
that,
judging
that put players
just
at a
because
high
of-
price that have never played Champions League football.
Okay, so do you rate Ramsdale?
Ramsdale, I rate him now because of what we've done for Arsenal. But I never
Exactly.
thought. I never
But
thought
he
was-
was three. Actually,
he was a
we got
relegation battle.
Man got relegated 3 times.
Relegated, yeah.
That's the battles.
I know, but Declan Rice, 100 million. I actually serious 100 million.
That's such a poor way of looking at football, though.
Nah, it's not. It's not because there's so many. Like playing in the Premier League doesn't prove that you're a top player. There's so many players that have gone to from relegation teams to a team in the top 4 and they'll never be able to handle the pressure. We're not a team that's Declan Rice has always
But
been
a
that main
midfielder
guy.
can't
He's
transform
always
your team.
no, but everything's gone through Declan Rice.
You're not gonna say just because of Özil's time at Arsenal that he's not a world
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I feel like there's so many conversations we're gonna have about Rice going forward that I don't want to spend too much time on the topic. Just let me know what your price is, and then we can keep it moving on to the next topic.
60 million. That sounds good.
Between 70 and 80 for me.
Souls.
I couldn't care. Let's just bring him in.
Fair enough.
When he's
120
honestly, when we win that Champions League and that Premier League, no one will give a shit.
Let me ask you guys this: Moussa Diaby swap deal for Xhaka. Does that make sense for you guys?
I don't rate him fully. I don't know enough about him either.
People
A
saying
right
70
winger
million.
to replace a central midfielder.
Stop caring about price tags. We aren't the owners, fam. 100%. I agree with that mentality. Who cares? Do Chelsea fans care that they bought Enzo for 120
But
mil?
look at Chelsea now. Look at Chelsea
No,
now.
but they don't care that they bought Enzo for 120 mil.
No, because you can only name one player that Man City signed for over 100 million. That's Grealish. That's it.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
Granit's been at Man City for 7 years. He's only bought one player for over 100 million.
No, but it's stupid to compare yourself to Man City because Man City, what they do is they give you cash up front for each player, so the deals are cheaper regardless. They don't. They
But
you know how
they
every,
don't
how
get bullied
most
on
clubs-
the transfer market.
No, because the way they make their payment structure is different to a lot of clubs. Majority of clubs in world football pay in installments. Man City give cash up front to every team. Hence, the price of the players is much cheaper. So it's like buying a car. If you're buying a car, but you're paying for a loan, guess what? You're going to be paying more money in interest. Where if you're going to be giving me cash, guess what? A cash buy is always cheaper. So that's why they can get a Kanji for the money that they got him for instead of paying 25, 30 million in installments. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but if we don't have 150 million in the transfer budget where we can spend 70 million up front
Now,
for
the
Declan Rice.
the Cronkies are willing to spend. It's up to Edu to spend it.
Let's stay on the topic of Moussa Diaby. What are you guys saying?
Do you know what? When I watch him, I don't get the hype with him. Like he does a couple of
he
bits,
reminds me of like Leon Bailey at Aston Villa.
yeah,
Like,
the same.
he's quick, but like he's never done anything exceptional. He might come and then he might be a bit too overwhelming for him.
Mhm.
So it's always the players that we'll link with for 3-4 years we never get. We've been linked with him like
So
every
true.
year, and we're not gonna get him. We always get players that we're linked with instantly, and then I know we'll
There's no
get them.
swap deal. Give me the cash. I've got players to buy. Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
Fair enough. İlkay Gündoğan, never gonna happen in my books. What do you guys think?
Nah, he's off to Barca. That's a done
Yeah.
deal.
That would be a top signing. That would be.
He
a
won't
top
come to us.
Sign
signing,
James
man.
Ward-Prowse. He's technically not gifted enough to play for this.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I like James Ward-Prowse.
Do you know, do you know if football had a kickers rule?
Yeah.
Then,
If football had a
Yeah.
if football had a rule where you can bring somebody on just to take a free
He'd
kick,
suit Liverpool.
Imagine.
bro, he would suit Liverpool, Tottenham. He would do well at Newcastle, but
He's
Arsenal.
not. He's not a pop player. He's a good player.
No, but the thing is, we demand a level of technical skill at Arsenal where you
his
cannot
technical security is good. It's just his overall off the ball stuff isn't good enough.
Yeah, there's a reason why no one's been after him for a while.
Maybe that's the point that I mean. Like, is he tidy? Do you feel like he's press resistant if he receives the ball in under pressure?
He can do all of that. Like on the ball stuff, he's very technically gifted.
Yeah.
But when you ask him to press or when you ask him to defend and all of that, that's when you start to see, okay, don't really like him.
Okay. The next thing is, have you guys been seeing reports about how much money Arsenal is going to have in the summer transfer window? Because I seen a report today from no, not a report. I seen a headline from what do you call it? What's the website? It was the Football London. They said Arsenal are going to have their biggest transfer window. This could be Arsenal's biggest transfer window in club's history. Now, that is what we need. I honestly do believe that's what we need. We need to go out there and we need to spend big. Because let me see you. I'm going to show you guys the article right now. Get you guys gassed a little bit.
I hope it's 150 plus 1 million.
Arsenal are trending to a big summer transfer window. The actual article itself, if you want me to tell you what the figures and everything is, they're talking about 490 million pound investment.
Impossible.
That won't be just transfers. That'll be for everything else as well.
That's player sales. That's contract renewals. That's everything. So they're saying almost 500 million in investments this summer. That's Bukayo Saka getting a new contract, Martinelli getting a new contract, William Saliba getting a new contract. You also have they're looking to sell players and bring in a lot of money based on player sales. And I did an article that's coming out tomorrow. I crunched the numbers. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's looking good. It's looking good. Now, what I mean by that, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Imagine Arsenal go and sell Balogun. They go and sell a bunch of these guys in the fringes. I'm gonna just give you some examples on players that we can sell. Reiss Nelson, we can't sell. He's not under.
He's leaving for free. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek to my article that's coming out tomorrow. Right. So imagine we sell El Neni, 10 million. Kieran Tierney, 30, 25. Give me a random price. Right. Everyone in the chat, do the calculations for me. So El Neni, how much?
He's got 1 year.
He'll be a £5 million player. I'll be honest.
Yeah, 5 million. Yeah, I'd say 5 million.
How much we selling El Neni for? Be honest, guys.
About 5 million. I'm being
about 5 million.
About 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so say we sell. Okay, so let's do this right now. So we sell El Neni for 5 million. How much we selling Kieran Tierney for?
25.
This board is crap at selling players, man. I have no faith in this board at all.
I think Tierney they'll do around 30. I think they'll do around 30.
It should be way more than that, by the way.
How much is Kieran Tierney worth to everyone in the chat right now? Tell me.
He's worth about 35.
Minimum 50 million for a player.
100%.
50 million. The guy's injured.
Stupid board. Yeah, no. This incompetent board can't get that. They'll get like 20.
But he's injury prone, man. You can never stay fit.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys figures. You guys let me know if you disagree or agree with the figures. So Kieran Tierney, I'm gonna give him 30 mil. Okay. Rob Holding, we give him 10 mil. Pépé, we give him 25. Pablo Mari already agreed.
Pépé, what do you think? We're getting 25 million for him.
Yeah, we are. He's playing well right now. Charlie Patino said we get 20 mil.
I'll come back to it. I bet you will get half that amount.
Patino, 20 million. Oh, I'd say Patino like 10.
Okay, 10. Eddie and Kitty a swap deal for Declan Rice. Balogun, 45.
40, you mad, bro? Who do you know? It's Edu. It's Edu and Richard Garlick, bro.
Because Edu and Richard Garlick been flipping trying to sell players that were on relegation battles.
35.
Who's able to sell? You can sell David Luiz and Willian.
I hope we come back to this. If they do this, I'll be their biggest stan.
Okay. Tavares, how much?
15, 20 million. 20 million.
Brother. Okay, I'm out of this one. You guys debate this.
How much for Tavares?
20 million.
I'm not debating.
I think we'll be lucky to even get 20 for Tavares.
15. Say 15.
About 15, yeah.
We'll give you 15, right? Okay. So what's the total right now? So we got 5 for El Neni, 35, 45, right?
About 165. About.
Okay, we're at 45 so far. We're at 45 so far, right? 50. Then we go to 70, 76. We're at 80. We're at 86. Then from 86 we go all the way to
121. Yeah, so about 140 there. About 140.
So say we get
if we get 140 in sales,
Bro,
we can get 140 million in sales.
I'm telling you, yeah, with this board, we're not getting half that amount.
And don't forget, I didn't even include Lokonga.
Oh my god, that name!
I didn't even include.
We're not getting 20 for Lokonga.
I didn't even include Runnerson or Lokonga.
Runnerson, oh my god, boy.
Bro, if we can get 160 million in sales, 160 million, that would be.
Sauce is right. We're going to be sitting here. Trust me, in the summer, we're going to be going, oh my god, is that all we got for them? That's our ball. Do that all the time. Who was the last player that we sold?
When you're playing well, you can get money for like a Rian Brewster. When you're doing well,
If you're Liverpool,
normal boards can do that. When you're Liverpool, you can do that. When you're Edu and Richard Garlic, they're fucking idiots.
Yes.
No,
what you have to realize
is
we're saying that because we support Arsenal. Other clubs are looking at Arsenal and they're saying, look at their business. They're amazing. That's the reality.
Bro, I'm telling you, if they get
they do that, but they know. Listen, I'm telling you now, they know they can come in for these players and bid lower, and our board will go. Do you know what?
Guess what? We'll those figures that I put on the table is 166 million.
Listen. I'm telling you now, Egal. We'll be lucky.
Don't listen to Egal. We can get 166 million. We can.
Oh, look!
Is that mad? Is that crazy?
It's not crazy. It's not crazy. Look at inflation now. Look how everyone's going for.
Bro,
everyone's
going
for like 30 million.
I'm telling you, it doesn't exist to them.
It's all right because when it doesn't come, when it
happens,
I put Nketiah on the sheet. I put Eddie Nketiah on the sheet. I put Eddie Nketiah basically on a free.
Everyone's after Balogun. When was the last time we had a striker that was out?
Okay, no, listen. I'll tell you, from
a lot of European teams were after him.
Balogun will happen. Balogun, that price we can get 100%, I believe. But the rest of them,
if not, they get sacked. If that deal happened for anything less than 30 million, they have to get sacked.
It's make or break with you when it comes to Edu. Why is it make or break with Edu?
Because he's shit.
Did you not see all the signings that we did in January and in the summer?
He's shit. You got plan Bs. You're shit.
Did you hear that David Ornstein?
I think it was David Ornstein.
Or no, it wasn't. It was Julian Lauren. Julian Lauren said a couple of days ago that the Kroenke said they gave the green light for Mudryk, the 100 million. But Arteta and Adu said we're not be taking like a mug. We're not accepting 100 million. They were willing to spend the 100 million. Every single target that we've gone for is either
that they taken for mugs. Then why did you spend 4 months in negotiation?
Listen, my question to everyone is this ridiculous? Is this ridiculous?
Yes.
I think it's realistic. El Neni, you think El Neni leaves on a free?
El Neni's staying for one more season. He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
El Neni's realistic. That price is realistic. El Neni.
Yeah.
But El Neni, I swear El Neni is going to stay to be part of the coaching team and
yeah. They don't want to. I think they said because he got injured, they want to keep him in it.
People are asking why sell Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney suffers from depression when he doesn't play football. And at Arsenal Football Club, he's depressed right now.
Newcastle, they got funds. We're getting minimum 30 million for Tierney. We're getting minimum 30 million for Tierney. He's a Scotland international.
You might have a lot of an incredible amount of hope.
Do you know what? I kind of got a sneaker suspicion that Man City.
Bro, if you think this is hope, I've raised us 166 million pounds right now, right?
God.
Is that the minimum we can get, Gal? Minimum.
That's what I've raised for us, right? So say I've raised that much money. I've raised 166 million pounds for us. Take and imagine they said that they're going to spend ridiculous in the summer. Now, what if I tell you my signings? If I show you guys my signings, you're gonna lose your shit.
Show us a couple.
My problem
because this is just outgoings.
No.
Show us two.
No. But outgoings is to do with Edu and Richard Garlic, which I have no faith in. Incomings, we now know the Cronkies are giving green lights to spend money. So if this stupid Edu and this stupid Richard Garlick don't get these signings done, they've got to get sacked.
Yeah.
Every
You're
signing,
telling-
I mean, 80% of the signings have worked.
I want Man City-esque shit being done, fam. I want Perez level shit being done.
Bro,
I want
I'm gonna show you my transfer my transfer window. You tell me if this is match. Mandem, get
This
ready.
is ridiculous.
You
This is
tell
ridiculous.
You tell me if this is realistic. Okay, Ivan Toney, 80 million. Slap it on the table. Declan Rice, 90 million plus
80 million for Ivan Toney.
Listen to me, and once I'm done, you hear me out. Hear me out, okay?
Let me add this together, go ahead. 90, 80.
Let me finish. Ivan Toney, 80 million. Declan Rice, 90 million plus Eddie Nketiah. Marc Guéhi, 50 million pounds. Ivan Fresneda, 20 million pounds. Romeo Lavia, 50 million pounds. With the 160 million pounds that we've raised in player sales, we only have to add an additional, guess what? It's literally like this price for those players is 290 million pounds, right?
Wait, did you say 80 or 90 million for Ivan Toney? Like 80 or 18?
80.
So we'd have to spend 124 million of our own money.
So
you're telling me 18 million? No, man.
Can I just ask?
Nowhere near Ivan Toney.
124 million pounds will get us these 5 players.
That's not happening.
I'm not sure about the guy in the middle.
I've got better names than Ivan Toney.
Bro, if that happened,
better names than Marc Guéhi to bring in.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about Guehi.
Wait one more season and get Osimhen. Get Osimhen for 120 million the season after, because not leaving next season. Season after.
I want Toney.
90 million.
For that price, hell
80 mil, bro.
It's worth 40 million.
80
Bro,
million.
I'm telling you right now.
No, I think Tony's 60 max.
Ivan Toney at Arsenal will put up Lewandowski numbers.
Oh,
60
you're
max.
crazy. You're crazy. He's not better than Jesus.
I'm not crazy. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. He's better than Jesus, bro. He's more clinical.
Egal. Brentford play set piece football. They play long balls.
He's
He's perfect at that style of football.
If this is what they go and waste the money on, I'll be so disappointed.
Can I just ask everyone how much would you pay?
He scores 20 goals. That's 18 of them penalties.
Ivan Toney at Brentford has 20 league goals.
How many
What
penalties?
are we talking about?
No. Then bring Conor Gallagher's numbers for Crystal Palace. Let's
Stop it.
Let's start doing this stupid like revisionism. The difference with Brentford is no one does a low block against Brentford. When you play with us, you've got to handle low block teams.
I'm telling you right now, Ivan Toney can do that. Ivan Toney has potential to put up Kane numbers at Arsenal. Easy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Egal. For the price,
oh
no.
My goodness.
Listen. For the price, no. But I'm telling you now, at Arsenal, he will smash it. I'm telling you.
There's
100%.
better players, man.
20
better
goals
talent.
first season. Arsenal 20 goals plus. Prem.
You
Easy.
can
guys
get
think that's
players for
mad?
quarter of the price, and bring better numbers in.
Do you think?
I want him.
Okay, you know what? Before we go any further, people in the chat, make sure you goddamn hit that like button right now. We're doing this for you guys at 11 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. Guys,
He got 5 penalties. 5 penalties.
Bro, it doesn't matter how many penalties he scores. I'm telling you right now, the guy, he would bang in any top team.
So you replace him for Jesus?
Bro, I would not replace him for Jesus. I'm bringing both of them in. I have both of them in the squad. I'm not selling Jesus. Listen, you know what I'm gonna do? Next episode, I'm going to ask you guys to come back with your perfect window, because right now we got a lot more to talk about.
I'd rather get Vlahovic than Ivan Toney.
Okay, we'll talk about Vlahovic. Yeah, we'll talk about Vlahovic and everything.
Even better than him, man. There's players better than him. But
inshallah, we'll talk about all those guys in another stream, because right now I gotta move on the topic. We've been spending a lot of time on that window topic, but there is a big topic we gotta discuss, guys. We have a big window in front of us with contract renewals. Massive window in front of us with contract renewals. We have to worry about. We've already gotten Martinelli signed up. Odegaard's going to be looked to get signed up, but the main 3 that we're now focused on is the goalkeeper and Ramsdale. who's agreed a new deal, supposedly with Arsenal. Bukayo Saka, who's now going to be getting 300k a week. Dawood, I don't know how you feel about that one.
That's
and then when you have William Saliba,
My guy,
who's going to be agreeing a new contract soon. Reports coming out today that Arsenal are close to a deal with Ramsdale. Not Ben White. Saliba is continuing talks, and Bukayo Saka's contract has already been given all the details. We've been given all the details about his contract. So right now, it's looking like it's close to done for 2 of them and pending for the 3rd one. What are we saying?
I think they'll all get done. But 300,000 I'd probably be like 250, 200, 250. But some people are saying £350,000 a week. And he showed it why. He showed like when he played against City and he's been poor for the past 4 games, he's not ready for that kind of contract. Salah, that's what you call an elite winger, Mohamed Salah. He's like a world-class winger. Saka's not world-class yet. He proved it for a couple of months after the World Cup, but he's been poor for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm a bit overwhelmed with that kind of wages, because after that, what do you give him? After you give him £300,000 a week, do you move to 400,000? And it's like, keep him hungry. £300,000 a week, he loses that hunger.
But do you think it's 300 like straight up like that, or do you think it's like
No,
200?
Let me show you guys.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, I can't find it. I'm gonna find it because they said 300 exactly, but there's bare news today. It's crazy. Where is it?
If it's 300 exactly, then that's poor.
That's a hell of
Yo,
a.
by the way, Saliba's gonna get the number 2 contract, number 2 number. That's part of his contract.
Yeah. Where's he gonna be on? Don't tell me he's gonna be on like 200 as well.
No, he's gonna be on like 180 probably.
What's Ramsdale gonna be? Ramsdale's gonna be like 150.
Ramsdale right now is just getting he's gonna get into the hundreds for the first time.
Okay.
Them ones he can't even complain. You know, the ones he come from Sheffield United. He's like, yeah, I'm taking what I'm getting.
He loves Arsenal. He's been here for like 10 years.
It is. Okay, you know, Saliba deserves.
To give you guys the update on Saka's is 300k a week. And I really don't give a shit what he makes as long as he performs. Who cares what he's making? The guy is just getting better and better. And at this moment in time, with the age that he's at, we can't have a release clause in his contract, guys. We can't have
the only like problem this will come to is the next contract.
That's right, yeah. In 4 years'
It'd
time,
have to be like 400, 500,000 a week.
in 3 years' time, then it's like, yeah, it's
well, guys,
when you got 2 years left.
Do we care if we win the Premier League next year and we're competing in the Champions League
You do know these things can have adverse effects as well. I'm not saying I don't care as long as he performs, but they can have adverse effects as well. Some of the biggest players in world football have crumbled when they've had big contracts. That's my only concern. Is it too soon?
But the only positive is he's played in the Euro final. Like he's played in a World Cup's quarterfinal against France. He's like a main starter for England and Arsenal. Where other players like Sancho, Rashford, they've had big contracts, but they never played at the elite level for England or for the club level. Saka's carried Arsenal to a Premier League title. Rashford never carried Arsenal to Man United to a Premier League title. And Sancho's never carried Man United. So it's like he already knows how to play under pressure. So I think the reason why I'm seeing it now, they're offering him 3,000.
No, but like money pressure is different. I
know, but like playing for England in the Euros, playing for England at the World Cup, playing for Arsenal in the challenge for the Premier League. Arteta knows people's mentality more than us, like the players. So I think he already knows his mentality, and he knows that like this guy can play under any pressure. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why they offered him £300,000 a week. And everyone Arteta, they don't give out contracts just like that easy. They don't give out big contracts like that. So they must see something in them. But I was wondering if like Odegaard, what are they going to offer Odegaard in a new contract? Because he's probably going to earn like 250, 280. So everyone's going to be on like 250 minimum now.
Guys, I'm getting cooked on socials right now. Guys are saying, what are you talking about? Kieran Tierney for 30 million. Why are we selling El Neni? People are saying Eddie Nketiah swap deal for Declan Rice. What are you smoking? They don't realize I'm actually saying 100 million plus Eddie Nketiah for Rice. But yeah, it is what it is. The funniest thing is someone said Runnerson for 5 million. You mean 5p?
We're not getting anything for a runner.
Yeah, that emoji where you put the emoji someone put like Lokonga 20 million.
Just someone take him, and that's payment enough.
That's it. Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is. You're gonna get cooked sometimes. Yo, I don't know why you love Amad Diallo so much, bro. Get over him, bro.
He is quality, but just not. You can't say Saka
he's
level
not,
yet.
he's not doing nothing, bro. That guy's not doing nothing. Let's keep it 100. Is the guy gonna do anything next season? Is he gonna even?
Diallo can tear up the Premier League. I'm not gonna lie.
Is he gonna even?
Very good.
He's a baller. I think he's a baller.
Is he even gonna kick ball for what do you call it? Them ever? Like let's.
I think he can take Anthony out. I think he can take Anthony out.
Yeah,
I think he's a good player. Good player. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the next topic. The next topic is, unfortunately, Arsenal Academy youngster Ethan Arnoir has been linked away from the club after getting an opportunity to play with the first team this season, which a lot of people criticized, said it's a PR move. He's now linked to Manchester City. I personally don't care about keeping academy players like this. Charlie Patino was able to be sold. He can go too. Like
I'm tired of youth players now. I'm sick and tired. Look what's happened to what's his name at Chelsea? Flipping him, I left my mind.
Oh, Hutchinson.
Look at that. He went to Chelsea to play first team football. Chelsea started buying like 15 wingers, and where he can go to Man City, it'll probably take him about 5 years to get one Premier League appearance.
I know what you lot are saying.
Never gonna kick ball for Man City.
I hear you, but this guy is special. Like, trust me, he is.
But if he's special, and he should have that mentality where if Saka can make it, Smith Rowe can make it, Edin Nketiah can make it, why can't I? If he's already jumping ships to Man City, if he's jumping ships to Man City, then
make it.
Yeah, so it should be easier to make it for Arsenal than for Man City. So if he's jumping ships already, then
but you know what? At the same time, City have got that power now in terms of they've got the players there at the club. I want to be with De Bruyne and Haaland. So they've got that going as well, innit? So.
But do you know what my issue is though? If a player doesn't want to stay, you sell. Simple.
That's it. True.
Yeah. I'm tired of having toxic players now that are just like sniffing for the first opportunity to leave. If he wants to leave and he's 16, and if he's 16 already and he's like the fame's got to him already, then if he thinks he can play with De Bruyne, Gündoğan, Rodri, then he's gonna be delusional. He's gonna hit like it's gonna hit him hard when he starts playing for Man City youth team and then goes out in America and learns to play for like New York and everything. Then it's like, yeah, we'll see.
How on earth is anyone paying $5 million for a Runnerson?
Hey, Gal, you're getting cooked, Gal.
I'm telling you, man. God.
I'm optimistic, bro. I'm optimistic.
Them numbers are mad, and I think when he comes off, he's gonna sit there and go, "Yeah, I don't know what I was doing." I'm telling you.
What the fuck is going on? I'm sorry, I lost composure. Well, I'm lost in the sauce. Yo, listen, let me just tell you guys about Ethan. I fully agree with Dawood. If the guy wants to leave, let him leave. Manchester City is not going to give him a better pathway to the first team. If he's going to Manchester City, he's going there to compete for the under 18s trophies and the under 23 trophies, and he's trying to win. He's trying to rack up youth trophies. I don't think he's going to get into the first team at Man City at all. Man City don't have a healthy pathway to get into their first team. They always just go buy the best next player. And what they'll do is that if Scott Carson retires, they're just going to get another old English goalkeeper to sit on the bench and never play. That's the way they have their English quota. They're the only team who have a bunch of players in their squad that never play that are English.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's why they bought Jack Grealish, to get more English players.
I think the reason why they played it against Brentford was just to get that. I think there's like a fee that you get if you play a youth player that hasn't signed a professional contract yet. You get like, I think like 5 million or 10 million. So yeah, it's I remember when I think it was a local player years ago that left, and then they got a good fee for him. So I think one of them, there's a reason why they played him. It's definitely to do with money. They wouldn't just play him for like 30 seconds without something to do with him leaving or like showing a statement. So we'll probably get a fee for him if he leaves. So I haven't seen much of him. People say he's a top player. If he's that good, then he should be around the first team already. So what is he, 16 years old? 16?
16, yeah.
Yeah, Fabregas is playing for Arsenal at 16, so he can be better than Fabregas. So
all right, let's go back to squad depth. Castagne and Marc Guéhi. What are you guys saying? because that's who we're linked to now.
Please.
Personally,
Castagne.
I don't want nothing to do
no,
with Castagne, but Marc Guéhi, I'll take him in a heartbeat.
I don't want Guehi either. Could do better than that.
Yeah. What is Guehi? Is he right footed or left footed?
He's right. He's right-footed.
He's right footed.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. I don't know, man. I'd rather stand like a attacking right back, and then if we need to play Ben White centre back, I'd play Ben White centre back and then play the right back. I think right-sided centre back this season is if Ben White gets injured, we haven't got no other right back because Tommy Yasu is always injured. I think I'd rather play by right back, and then if Saliba gets injured, play Tommy Yasu or Ben White centre back because Tommy Yasu plays centre back for Japan, and he's actually a centre back. So I'd rather buy an attacking right back because we need someone to like switch things up when Ben White is not playing at his best.
What it is, what it is. But let me ask you guys a quick question. Castagne and Cedric, what's the difference?
Castagne is probably just taller. Cedric was a baller, man.
One's Portuguese, one's Belgian.
Back in the day when he was at Southampton, he was good, but when he came to Arsenal, he was finished, bro.
Yeah, because we bought him when he was he 30 when we bought him?
Around that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's when you're making stupid decisions. You can't buy relegation players when they've gone past their peak.
Yeah,
like you can buy them when they're in the early 20s and they're upcoming, but not in their 30s.
So everyone's a no for Castagne. Why are you a no for Guehi?
What, for 30 million?
Yeah,
because there's better out there. Why are we buying needy players for?
I think because when they're English, people just overhype them. Like everyone's overhyping Tomori. We saw him today against Inter Milan. And he had an absolute stinker. It's probably one of the reasons why he didn't play for England.
We just need to look. People need to understand. Yeah, this is an 8th place Arsenal. This is title contender Arsenal. There's levels to this game. Do we want to be back to 8th place Arsenal, or do we want to actually win a Premier League?
Facts.
Yo, 1 second. Is Pépé out on loan until his contract expires?
No, I think it's this season. Yeah.
He's back next season. So why?
Wow! Just to go off topic. If Man City win all their trophies, they're gonna earn in prize money. They're gonna earn £300 million in prize money. They win the Champions League, the Premier League, the FA Cup. They're gonna earn.
How is that possible? Because Liverpool, if they won a quadruple, they said they were gonna be financially negative.
City, man, the sponsorships, they'll probably just find a way. Like 300 million. If this is true and they earn 300 million in sales, they could never go in debt, because if they're always in the Champions League final, always winning the Premier League, they don't really need to spend their own money, and they're always buying and selling the best players. So I think the owners don't really have to invest anymore. Yeah, and I was speaking to a Man City fan yesterday. He said that they're building like a mall just near the stadium at Etihad, where if you're a member, you can go in and then you can take anything and it's contactless. And then when you just leave the store, like it's already gone through your account, and that's for like season members, for like people that are like Man City.
Oh, supporters. for the tout thing.
Yeah,
I'm a fresh style.
So it's like they're bringing like so much business into Man City. They're making it into like a mini Dubai or Abu Dhabi.
Bro, they're moving mad over there.
In Manchester,
it's gonna be crazy.
And then you got another Manchester club that's just leaking and everything's just falling apart.
Yeah, so shit.
Bro.
Yeah, bro, I've been told it's terrible.
Let's quickly touch on Caicedo. Caicedo, it's still very possible he joins Arsenal. You think it's possible we can get both Reiss and Caicedo, guys? Because Brighton are looking to sell him, and the reports come out yesterday. Let me just show you guys. Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and reportedly Chelsea are all after him, but Chelsea have dropped out of the race, I think. So let's just show you guys what's going on with Caicedo. Brighton are ready to consider a Moussa Caicedo offer And Brighton are already and could let Caicedo leave in the summer for 80 million valuation is met despite having him tied down to a contract until 2027. Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United have shown interest in Caicedo. Have Arsenal considered an alternative for Declan Rice? Brighton are planning to reinvest in the squad and secure a deal in the summer for João Pedro and James Milner. That's not really.
Yeah, I heard that when he signed the new contract, they put there's a clause in his contract where if someone meets that, like a Reiss clause, where someone meets it, that they could that he'd leave. I think that's one of the main reasons why he signed a new contract, because I think he wanted a clause installed in his contract. And they were 90 million were desperate. They knew that it wasn't worth the risk to sign for 90 million, and then he's obviously going to go for cheaper in the summer. 80 million for Caicedo. I watched him. He played right back against Man United. Played really well. Can play. He's obviously a midfielder, and then he could be a quality midfielder for the next 8 years minimum.
100%.
And then for 80 million pound, that's what, 10 million pound a year. I'm taking that. I am taking that.
We have to get both of them. You know, I think you were saying, Dawood, you know, when we played City, we didn't even have 5-10 minutes. If we want to go to them type of games and really assert ourselves, we need Rice and Caicedo. 100%.
Oh, Rice and Caicedo replacing Partey and Xhaka. Wow,
oh, the dream.
That would be a dream come true. Like we've got legs all over the pitch. We've got technicians. We've got we've got amazing centre backs. We've got a great shot stopper in goal. Like the only position that I'm worried about is just backup for Bukayo Saka, and then I'm not really worried. And obviously, like Odegaard, if he doesn't play well, I'm worried about Fabio Vieira. Like I'm gonna give one more season, but after next season, I'm not sure about Vieira.
I think Fabio Vieira, he just needs to get used to the Premier League. A lot of players come into the Premier League and struggle their first season, so I think it's hard.
Would you send him out alone, Nicolas?
No, we need him in and around the first team. Sending him out on loan is detrimental.
I'll send him on loan just to have a full season, plays week in, week out.
Where?
Gets used to it. Aston Villa, Brighton.
No, he needs to go to Bayern Munich. Get
okay.
Up here.
Goretzka style, boy.
Let me ask you guys this: 92 million in player sounds realistic.
92
you got to cook so much.
He's getting cooked. He's adjusted it.
Man did a 50% discount.
I'm getting cooked so bad that other people are telling me
how did he go for 166 and 92?
No, because my man tweeted this. And he's like, this guy said, yo, what are you talking about? He said 2 million for Elneny, 25 for Kieran Tierney, 5 for Holding, 15 for Pépé, 6 for Pablo Mari, 10 for Patino, swap deal Balogun for Declan Rice, Eddie Nketiah stays, Tavares 10 million, Lokonga 15, Runnerson 2, Trusty 2, which came out to a total of 90 something million.
Realistic. That there is realistic. The two,
that's
do you know what?
A bit more, I can
a bit more realistic, yeah.
But you gotta hold that. You're not allowed to change that. I don't.
Yeah, keep that tweet. You got keep into the.
It guy's been adjusting. You know, he's been number crunching.
I told you. You have too much belief in Edu and Richard to hold it.
Not happening with him.
Support.
You gotta hold it to the end of the summer. Hold it. I'll make another one as well. I'll say 180 million.
Listen, if you make a TikTok on my tweet, I swear people are gonna go crazy. They're like, what the fuck? You should do it, you know. You should do a TikTok. Be like,
no. Don't gonna call you deluded.
You should make a TikTok. Be like, Arsenal could raise 160 million with these player sales. What's stopping us from spending 400 million?
Yeah. I'll talk about the beginning bit. We're gonna spend 490 million, whatever you said, 500 million, and then I'll just say, the reason why I'm spending that much, we're making 170 million in sales, and I'll just say all the players. I'll probably get cooked. We'll get cooked together, Gal.
We'll get cooked together. It's okay. But listen, I didn't make up that article, by the way. That's actually a real article. If you want, I can show you guys the article because people are like, yo, Egal, you're everything. I'm losing credibility today. It's crazy. Let me show you guys the article. This is Football London, and it's this is a credible source. They're the ones that said it. Jack Napier said special ed. What the fuck? So there you go. You guys see that, right? You see the number. I'm not making shit up.
Yeah.
You see the number, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it says investment. That's the like the.
But when they
That's
say
nice.
investment, they mean
Uh,
all investments in the first team.
I know, but that's very like that's not like precise. We're not
That's a
spending.
very broad. Okay, so business investments don't necessarily mean that it's going to go to a specified area. It could be general investments as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that means mostly what I'm thinking is player contracts, improvement to the stadium, and like transfer budgets.
Yeah, it could be 50 million transfer budget, and the rest could be spent elsewhere. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, just because they're investing 490 million doesn't mean even half of that's for players. So that's where you've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I was getting cooked this whole stream, I think it's time that I flip it on you guys and ask you guys each, what is your dream transfer window? And I'm not even gonna give you guys time to study. Just based on players we're linked to, each of you guys have to come up with 5 players. Let me know.
5 players: Ivan Fresneda, Rasmus Højlund, Declan Rice, Caicedo, and I'd go for. Who's my centre back pick? Actually, I haven't got a centre back. I'll come back to it for the centre back, but I'll give you 4 players.
Give me 4 players. What you saying, Dawood?
That's a tough one. Rice and Caicedo, that's definitely them two. Definitely. We need a backup right winger. Can't think of anyone right now. So backup right winger, backup centre back, and a backup right back. So them 3 positions. You have to give me a few days just to actually analyze and actually think about them players.
Okay. So guys don't really want to answer. It's fine. Do you have any answer for yourself?
What is one position? What do you want me to say?
I think Fresneda, good shout, very good shout. Rice, Caicedo 3, Toney 4, and for centre back, I'd go. Listen, stop, not for that money, but Toney, yeah. And I think centre back Tapsoba.
I was actually thinking Tapsoba. But
Tapsoba. Someone here says,
you know what? Outside.
Let me read this. Let me read this quickly. Sohan here comes out and says, Rice, Zubamendi, Diaby, who's that? Fresneda, and not sure about the centre back.
Instead of Diaby, I'd go Ansu Fati.
Okay. But he's injury prone. When you say that.
Not anymore.
Okay, let's go through some of these questions quickly. We got a bunch of questions from Twitter also. So first we got my guy AC Milan fan Kirby says, "Will you Arsenal sell ESR?
Or will he stay?
I don't want us to sell him, but I think they'll sell him.
Do you know what? Right. So do you know what this reminds me of is Martinelli. So the club are telling us he's being retrained for a position, which is what Martinelli was doing, was working on his finishing, working on his end product.
Ooh.
When he got injured and wasn't in the team, everyone's like, Arteta hates Martinelli, Arteta this, Arteta. And then what happens? He comes in and becomes one of the best young wingers in world football. Just watch this space with ESR.
Yeah, just don't give up on him. He's got what, 10 Premier League goals last season? You can't just score 10 Premier League goals and be a poor player.
I hope we don't sell him.
He's got a lot in the locker.
Yeah.
I think he's...
You got like just to save money. I think we should get Sergio Busquets from Barcelona. He's leaving Barcelona. I think we should get Busquets for a season for free.
What? Wait. Busquets is going to friggin' Saudi Arabia.
He is a bit past it. I can't lie. He's a bit off the pace.
Sergio Busquets is going to Saudi Arabia, bro.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, confirmed. He
will be. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's confirm then.
Bro, that's a wild take. Bring in Sergio Busquets
for free for a season.
That's a wild take.
He's off the pace. Have you seen him recently? He's not.
Bro, do you understand the Premier League? Like physicality. Varane said coming from
everyone was crying when everyone's crying when Jorginho was going to start against Newcastle.
You can handle all of that. That's not my issue. It's the pace of the Premier League. I don't think you can now handle. If this was 5 years ago, easy, light work.
So you're telling me that Jorginho is quicker than him?
No, but Jorginho is more accustomed to the pace of it, though. But Sergio Busquets right now, watching with Barcelona. By the way, I watch every single Barcelona game since like age.
All right,
He's off the pace.
Let's go to the next one. The next question is from Arsenal Informer. I think it's a good question. How many signings away are we from winning the league? I honestly think not many. I would say like
5 signings.
To be fair, we're not signing away from it. We can win the league even without signing.
Yeah.
But if you're being real, to guarantee a league, I'd say maybe 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4, definitely.
3, I'd say 5.
Everyone in the chat, let me know what you guys think. How many signings are we away? I think
If we Champions League, Premier League, we need 5.
I think we're 4.
That's a different question.
I think we're 4 signings away. I think we're 5 signings away from competing in every competition easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was to say win the league, we really only need 2 positions to win the league: squad depth in midfield and squad depth in defense. So maybe 4 signings max. Thoughts on Castagne?
That's if no one gets injured.
Yo, by the way, Castagne, everyone's out on Castagne, right? Nobody wants him, right?
No way.
I don't want him.
Yeah, stay away from Castagne. Leicester are getting relegated for a reason. Their defense are garbage. They've kept no clean sheets in 20 games. It's mental.
That's so mad.
Let's see what people are saying in the comments. 6 players. What the hell? A backup for Saka, a right back, 2 midfielders, and a striker. That's. I don't think we don't need that many players. Who should we prioritize, Caicedo or Rice? What do you say?
Both. I don't want either.
I'll say Caicedo.
One second. I just want to get to the chat quickly. People are saying 4 or 5. People are saying 5 for a whole squad. 5. A lot of people are saying 5. So yeah, a lot of people are.
I think people are saying 5 based. Yeah, like Dawood said, Champions League. Yeah, for the league. Just league, I would say 3, 4.
Yeah,
like,
you guys think we have 700 million to spend on Gavardio? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we're not signing.
Why is Gavardio going to cost 700?
No, because bro, imagine how many other places we're trying to buy players.
He's gonna go for maximum 60 million.
I think 50 million is max we would have available to spend on a center back.
Oh, he can get Gavardio for that much.
I don't think so.
Easy.
7. What?
Damn,
7 and a manager. Come on, you're crazy.
Fair enough.
That's his opinion. He's trolling at this point. So yeah, prioritize Rice or Caicedo.
Gun to my head, Rice, but I want both.
I personally want Rice, but I feel like we're only gonna get one of them, and I think it's easier for us to get Rice than it is to get Caicedo. I think we, as a club, we might have moved past going for Caicedo. I think it's a situation where we're gonna see him twerking for us more than we twerk for him now. Yeah. What do you guys think?
That would bring me Declan Rice, man. I'm telling you.
That would.
Say that again, sorry.
Who do you prioritize? Rice or Caicedo?
I said Caicedo. Caicedo, he can play in multiple positions. He'll cost less than Declan Rice. And that's the 2 main factors.
Okay, so we got 2 questions here from rivals that are just trying to stir the pot. First, how do you rate your season? In my opinion, United had a better season with a trophy and a Champions League place. First of all, they don't have a Champions League place confirmed yet. That's 1. Number 2, yes, they've had a more successful season based off of the fact that they won a trophy, but we've had a better season based on the progression that we've made. And I would say that if you want to say they've had a better season based on their trophy, you can make that argument. But my argument is who's in a better shape going forward, and I think we're in a better situation going forward.
Yeah,
but that's you make positive spin on the question. The reality is, if they get Champions League football, they've had a more successful season. That's
definitely.
No, I agree with you there. They've definitely had a more successful season based on the terms.
But you always got to throw a jab at it. I know you just got.
No, but based on the word successful, that is truth. But would you rather be?
That's a separate question. That's not what he's asked. That's
no, but you can say that every single season. Then you can say that only a few teams can have a good season. Then
I agree.
If Man City win
United
every
have
single
had a better
trophy,
season.
then Man City have only had a good season.
No, that's not what the question is. He's talking about out of the 2 teams. We're not talking about who. You can still say like Arsenal as an isolation. Yes, we've made good progression and we've had a successful season in that manner. But if you then compare it to another team, it's like, for example, if people say who's had a better season, Man City or Arsenal, You're gonna say Man City.
I know,
every
but
single
look,
time.
Man United. You can see Man United. They're 2-3 years away from challenging for the Premier League. They're a long way away.
Yeah, but as an isolation, forget all that. That's not the
I know,
question.
but that's the way it is. It's
not the
always them
question.
isolated. But you can do that with everything then.
Yeah,
You
but
literally do that with
we could say last season when we finished 5th or the season we finished 8th, a fan like myself could say actually we had a successful season because I see us moving up. But in reality,
Okay, then the season that we finished 8th and we won the FA Cup, is that a better season than us finishing 2nd?
No, because we finished 8th. This is talking
But
about
still a
getting
trophy.
into...
End of the day,
no,
a trophy's a trophy.
But that's not the... No, he's saying getting the Champions League and winning a trophy or just getting 2nd. That's the comparison here.
Yeah, I'd say that's a better season than, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Is there any more questions that we have? If Arsenal don't win the league and get knocked out of every cup competition, given the full context, the fact that Arteta has won one FA Cup and a Community Shield in 4 years, would you sack him? If not, why? And after all the aim of the elite sport is to win.
He gets next season. Next season, have to. For me, I want minimum league FA Cup. Minimum. That's what I want next season. If he doesn't get that,
we need to start winning trophies again.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because we allowed the sporting game on the basis of the league was coming.
Yeah. I think when the squad now next season then be complete, when we sign 3 or 4 players, I think that's when the squad is fully complete. And then that's when we start challenging for every trophy. Next season, no excuses.
The context for me is if we do the window we're looking at doing, then there's no excuses. If they let me down one more window, I swear to God, I don't want them here.
They've got history of letting us down. And I don't want another summer where a signing drags on for 3 months. For 3 months. I want us to get every transfer done sorted before the pre-season.
I've heard Rice for 6 months. I don't need this going to the end of this cannot be a drama signing.
Yeah.
If the club are smart, I'm talking the first 2 weeks after the end of the season, there needs to be Rice disagreed.
Arteta does a lot. He signed a lot of players on the last day. He did it with Tierney and David Luiz. He did it with Georgie on the last day. He's done it with Ramsdale, sorry. There's quite a few players. There's about 4 or 5 players done it on the last day.
To be fair, we didn't do a deadline signing last summer.
But
it was the last few weeks we did it in.
Yeah.
I think the summer, I think as long as Suze is right, as long as in the summer we actually get the business done early, pre-season, I want to see them all in there. I don't want to see none of this play a couple of games. This one might miss the first couple of games of the season. I'm tired of that, man. Like, get them all done, sorted, and we're good to go.
Yeah, because it's like we didn't start with Ramsdale, Tomiyasu,
you see,
and someone else as well. And it was like, why are they not done?
Yeah.
You know what? So we already spoke about Saka. We spoke about that. 1 second. Let me just see if there's anything. People in the comment section, if you have any questions, let me know. I don't see any questions right now. Douglas Luiz is not happening, guys. Forget about Douglas Luiz. We need to create a monster second team. We've already spoken about that. Eddie Nketiah and Balogun. Are you guys sick and tired of this conversation? Because I kind of am.
Yes, I'm tired.
If I'm keeping one, it's Balogun. But...
Yes, 100.
I think if the club has a choice, they're going to keep the person that's already willing to be a backup rather than the guy who's not willing to be a backup.
Yeah,
but Nketiah's got to go.
I
don't care if he's willing to or not willing. If he's willing to, that's enough for me to be like, I don't even care about a backup. I want you, Carl. I don't care about depth. Why are you willing to be a backup? What the fuck is that? I'm a flipping Wrexham.
I agree with Sohan. Bin both of them. I agree with Sohan. Bin both of them and get another striker in.
Ivan Toney.
That's too many deals.
I want Rasmus Højlund, man. Bring me.
He's amazing. He looks good. Yeah, he looks good.
Højlund is never going to happen, guys. Forget about him.
He can happen. It's not that he can never happen.
Next season happen.
What's going on with Rafinha? Because I keep seeing Rafinha. Why do we?
So reason being is Barcelona needs to raise another 120 million euros to be able to register players properly. So if they sell, they just need because they're in a financial situation. It's not again. They've always.
They're going to win the league. How are they still fucked?
because Bartomeu completely ruined them financially.
Wow.
Completely ruined them. So okay, so the normal budgeting for like media and advertising is around 20% of a club's budget. The man was spending 60 to 70% on marketing. He completely ruined the club's finances. That's why they need to raise the money to be able to raise. That's why Ansu Fati's on the chopping block as well.
You know what? It is what it is. I would take Rafinha, but how much would he go for?
60
They
million.
want. They're not selling it. They're willing to only listen or come to the table for 80 million.
That's
No,
stupid.
thank you.
I think they're budged for 60.
Nah, they said 80 million.
80 million. They're not
Don't
selling
even
it.
call us.
They're not selling
They've
it.
said it. No, Laporta's dead on his word. He does not budge.
Okay,
He said
so
80 million, but don't bother calling.
Forget
If
about
they're in
it.
a financial turmoil, they're not selling anyone then.
Yeah.
Everyone knows they're in financial turmoil and they need to sell players to buy players.
Rafinha is more of a, if we can get that 80 million, we'll sell him. They don't actually want to sell him.
Okay, then there's no point.
He's
going
not
for
like
80 million
transfer
too much.
listed. He's not a.
How much
He's
did
not
he go
like
for?
Pépé in a sense.
I'm not
You
gonna
go for
lie
like
to you guys.
55
I give
million.
Reiss Nelson a new contract.
No, I wouldn't. No,
No, not me.
I've had enough
Not
of
me.
them. We need a fresh
I
start.
don't-
Man.
I'm tired of with Arsenal. I'm tired of the sentiment.
We need to stop holding on to the past.
The sentiment thing, yeah, I'm done with it.
Is he past
We
or
need
was
to-
he?
He entered the table too late. He had the opportunity. He was meant to be better than Bukayo Saka. He shut the bed, and now he doesn't want to sign a new contract. So, yeah.
Hey, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
There's too many players that play for Wenger. I think there's Xhaka left. There's Reiss Nelson. Get rid of them. Sign players
And Robert Holding.
Rob Holding. Yeah, them
That dude
three.
gotta go.
Them three. Get rid of them three, and then start fresh.
Okay. And yeah, is there anything else? Oh, Cancelo's not happening. People forget about that one. Cancelo's not happening. Like, why do people keep talking about Cancelo?
I hate the narrative he can defend. He can't defend.
He
He's
can't
also
defend.
bad at defending.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
He also gets exposed, man. I don't understand. Because people are like, oh, no, but he's a better defender than Zinchenko. Nah.
Imagine Zinchenko and Cancelo starting for us. Oh my
God
days.
forbid.
That's you only play them two when you don't need to defend at all.
Yeah.
When you don't need to defend at all, you play them two.
It is what it is. What are you hiding? Okay. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, people.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything that needed to be covered. Hopefully next time we catch you guys, Man City drop points and we're closer to winning this Premier League title. Because I still somewhat believe. I know people might think it's delusional at this point, but yeah. Gunnar Souls, you got anything to say before we go?
Nah, let's just go back to the Zerbi and keep it moving.
All right, Dawood, what are you saying before we go?
Keep that pressure. Keep that pressure. Win your games, and anything is possible.
Anything is possible. KG kind of thing. What are you saying, my guy Matt?
I'm saying, listen, let's beat Brighton and let's enjoy Eagle's tweet. Let's cook it, man. Let's cook the budget, man. Let's cook. Let's everyone cook the budget.
Listen, I'm used to it. It's Twitter. But yo, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. Don't forget to check out Eagle Talks Football. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to also check me out on Twitter and also on TikTok. And soon, Apple Podcast, Spotify is coming very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. And finally, remember, we'll be back tomorrow for Premier League preview and Vibes from the Six, where we discuss all the top 6 games for the remainder of the weekend. And we'll try to bring Hamza on to talk about Real Madrid, Man City, if he's willing to do so. You guys have yourselves a great one, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Oh, who watches the Europa League anymore now that Arsenal's out, by the way?
Nah, I forgot it's still on.
Yeah, United's out also, so it's like no one in the Premier League is going to be watching
Yeah.
it. I'm going to watch West Ham in the Conference League, see if they win. Out of here, people. Peace. Ahmad Diallo's not doing shit, bro. What are you talking about, Aspect?